Hey everyone, it's Alfred here today, and today I'd like to talk about MLMs and how much I really love them. Because there actually has been a very large increase of MLMs lately, which is called multi-level marketing in the market in the last couple of years. And I thought I would like to just share some light on what I think and just some of my experiences with them. Because I think that the first thing that comes to mind when someone mentions MLM is probably pyramid scheme or a scam. I mean, in fact, if you do a public Google search right now, you probably get a whole bunch of people saying how much of a scam it is. And I would say probably back in the day, that was probably definitely a couple that were a scam. I would say for in terms of products. But with the technology nowadays and just general consumer knowledge, I would say this is a very, very rare occurrence. I would say definitely due to, I guess, the bad history and reputation of just MLMs in general. It makes it very hard for people starting out in MLMs now to market it to today's consumer. And this actually kind of brings me down to another point, because the funny thing is the MLM structure has been around for decades. I mean, yes, it is, pyramid in structure, but that's pretty much where it ends there. Basically you promote, whatever product or service, and whoever you refer to use it, you get paid. So, obviously the more people you refer, and the more people your referrals will refer, you get paid. It's just all commission based, right? So, you're basically, essentially at the top of the pyramid, and the more people below you, the more you get paid. And ideally, you want to have as many people below you as possible. So, like I mentioned, this commission structure has been used for decades, like I mentioned above. And in fact, I would say many businesses, in fact, probably majority of business today, and a lot of the retailers actually all use this same format. So definitely where I would say MLMs got their bad name is, when people were promoting bad products or, really were scams. So how it always is. It only takes, a small number of people, to do, I would say, some bad, and then, it affects all of us. But of course, I don't want to get too much in detail of this. I mean, like I say, if you do, a Google search, you can definitely, research this on your own time. But I would say, what I've enjoyed most about joining all these, MLMs over the year is the networking and human interaction aspect of it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, nothing can really replace, human interaction. I know you can use, Skype, telephone, and all that, but when it comes down to it, human interaction is still, the best if possible, right? So that's why I love how there are, seminars where, people get together, they really like motivate each other, really get everybody I would say pumped up, and everybody kind of shares their own success stories. It's definitely one thing to read about it, but it's another thing to hear from the actual person, to actually I would say feel their vibe, their body language, their feel it from them, coming actually from them, because on a paper it's, I would say, very flat, so to speak, right? So another thing I love about it is just the energy at these seminars are pretty insane, because everyone's really happy. I mean, because at the end of the day, the great thing about this is everybody's having fun, and there's always new friends being made. Everyone's networking, helping each other out. So I definitely highly actually encourage many people, if not everyone actually starting out, to definitely join an MLM, because not only does it help improve your people skills, but it also helps you to help network. And of course, finally, another very popular reason that people join MLMs, and probably the main reason that I would say a lot of people first join MLMs, is actually just purely because of the money. Now, I would say what I've learned over the years is that MLMs can make you a lot of money, but you have to be willing to put a lot of work into building your network, and I mean a lot of hard work. It's completely, I would say, generally speaking, a people business. And I would say a lot of times in their presentation, I'm not trying to bash anyone, of course, but a lot of times in their presentations, the numbers and the earnings are, definitely exaggerated a bit, which I can completely understand, obviously on the marketing side of things, because they gotta make, some incentives. But on the flip side, I'm not saying they're lying, of course. It's just to make it, seem as attractive as possible. So sometimes things are, I would say, a play on words. But of course, at the end of the day, just like with any business, you have to be prepared to commit a lot of time and hard work to it. There's absolutely no shortcut. There's no such thing, honestly, as a get rich scheme. There's really not such thing as a quick. That's why it's called scheme. There's such a thing as a quick get rich. Generally speaking, it's nothing like that, right? So as with any business, you have to work hard, and of course, eventually, your efforts will be paid off over time. So of course, everyone, definitely share your experience and thoughts on MLMs and what you think about them. Thanks so much.